Just stay focused, man. Get this money and keep working and take care of this opportunity that we got to provide for all our people. The way Gucci came home and that motivated me too because I took notes from that, how he switched it up, how he toned up, got fit, got his mind healthy, took notes in that every way.
See, we all know Gucci is the reason we now know who Pooh is, but it looks like after he came home, he wasn't feeling Gucci. According to rumors online, Gucci was trying to sign Pooh again to his new 1017 Millionaires label, but Pooh wasn't feeling the deal because what else can Gucci do for Pooh that he can't do for himself? He is the biggest rapper out right now, and he has millions of dollars.
Memphis has a way of shaking the entire rap world when things go left, and this time is no different. One of the city's biggest breakout stars just made a move that caught everyone off guard, and it instantly had people talking behind the scenes. This isn't a random rant or internet noise either. This is a calculated message coming from someone who helped build a movement and now feels completely cut off from it. Pooh Shiesty, a rapper who helped push Memphis back into the spotlight and brought millions of streams with him, has finally spoken up after coming home. What he's saying has people questioning everything they thought they knew about loyalty in the music business. According to him, the label that once promised the world didn't show up when it mattered most. And sitting at the center of all this tension is none other than Gucci Mane. This situation runs deeper than contracts and paperwork. This is about respect, family ties, lost moments, and serious money being left on the table. The type of money that changes lives and shifts power. And if anyone thinks this is going to quietly fade away, they don't understand how Memphis energy works when lines get crossed.
I ain't noticed since Pooh Shiesty been home, it ain't been no 1017 repping. It ain't been no shouting out Gucci Man, I'm 1017 this, and Gucci Man this, and Gucci Man that. Ain't none of that.
To really understand why this moment feels so heavy, you have to rewind back to 2020. That was the year Pooh Shiesty wasn't just another name on a roster. He was the face of the future for 1017 Records. Gucci Mane didn't just sign him, he positioned him as the next big star to carry the label forward. When Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk dropped, it wasn't just a hit, it became a moment. The record spread everywhere, pulled in massive numbers, and turned Pooh Shiesty into one of the most talked about rappers almost overnight. His raw Memphis sound connected instantly, and fans everywhere locked in. His debut project Shiesty Season went platinum, and suddenly 1017 Records was buzzing again in a way it hadn't been for a long time. Pooh Shiesty wasn't just dropping music, he was generating real momentum and serious revenue. The label was winning, and so was Gucci Mane. Then everything took a sharp turn in October 2021. Pooh Shiesty was taken off the streets and later given a 5-year federal sentence tied to a firearms-related case. For most artists, that kind of setback ends careers. Momentum fades, attention disappears, and people move on.
Just stay focused, man. Get this money and keep working and take care of this opportunity that we got to provide for all our people. The way Gucci came home and that motivated me too because I took notes from that, how he switched it up, how he toned up, got fit, got his mind healthy, took notes in that every way, so that motivated me to move how I'm moving toward today too, so he showed that it can be done, all you gotta do is want it. You gotta sober it up, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of the similar traits because I realized that he woke up when he was in there, you know what I'm saying? He really woke up and he wasn't just in there playing or not taking it serious. Another thing he told me too was Shiesty, you 20 years old going to go see what I saw at 35 years old. You got a head start as long as you got this out the way first, Fortunately, it had to happen, but it happened, bro. It is what it is, so you got to get this out the way early. You know what I'm saying? It could have been too late for me if I wouldn't ever came out and played it right, so take advantage of that too, you know what I'm saying? So that stuck with me.
But that didn't happen here. Fans stayed solid, streams kept climbing, and anticipation only grew stronger as time passed. Even during that period, Gucci Mane publicly spoke about missing Pooh Shiesty, waiting for his return and keeping things steady for him at 1017. Gucci even trimmed the label down, keeping only a small circle, including Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. And now that Pooh Shiesty is finally home, the energy feels very different. What's coming out now is that the public image didn't line up with what was really happening behind closed doors. The speeches, the interviews, the supportive comments, all of that painted one picture. But the private reality tells a very different story, and that's where things start getting uncomfortable. When Pooh Shiesty first signed with 1017 Records, the move looked perfect on paper. Gucci Mane, a certified Atlanta trap legend, teaming up with a young, hungry Memphis rapper who had the streets buzzing. Pooh Shiesty brought that gritty, no-filter sound that reminded people of Gucci Mane's early days, while Gucci offered access, structure, and industry muscle. From the outside, Pooh Shiesty was holding the label down heavy. Every interview, every appearance, every track, he was shouting out 1017, showing love to Gucci Mane and rocking the chain proudly. He spoke about Gucci like a mentor and someone he trusted, almost like family. At the time, the loyalty felt solid and unquestionable. And why wouldn't it feel that way? Before 1017, Pooh Shiesty was just another Memphis rapper trying to break through. After signing, everything shifted fast. Big stages, major features, industry recognition, and his image plastered everywhere. The partnership was producing results, and both sides were winning. But here's the part most people didn't see coming. Even before Pooh Shiesty was taken away, there were quiet tensions already brewing. Nothing explosive, nothing public. Just whispers inside the industry about paperwork issues, revenue splits, and a growing feeling that things weren't balanced the way they should be. Those early disagreements didn't make headlines, but they never really went away either. They just sat in the background, waiting for the right moment to resurface. And then time jumped forward. By 2025, Pooh Shiesty was finally coming home, and the entire hip-hop world was watching closely. People expected a big reunion. Cameras, jewelry, money moves, and a clear plan to pick up right where things left off. But according to how this played out, that moment never came. No red carpet, no loud welcome, no visible rollout at all. Not long after his release, Pooh Shiesty dropped a message online that immediately caught attention and changed the tone of the conversation completely. When Pooh Shiesty finally touched back down, the first thing he made clear was who actually stood by him. He said there was no label support, no rappers pulling up, no industry friends really checking in, just his family and his real day ones. He didn't point fingers directly, but the message was loud enough for everyone to hear. Because let's be real for a second. If you're signed to 1017 Records and you say no label showed love, there's really only one place that message could be aimed at. And that immediately had people asking the same question. Why did things go this cold so fast? From what's being said by people close to the situation, the issue wasn't personal at first. It was business. More specifically, it was about contracts and money moves. When Pooh Shiesty went away, he was still locked into his original 1017 deal. But by the time he came home, that agreement was up for renegotiation, and that's where everything shifted. Think about it like this. Pooh Shiesty went in as a rising artist with one big project under his belt. He came out as a certified star with a platinum album, massive streaming numbers, and a fan base that never left. His value didn't just increase, it exploded. Any label paying attention would know that meant new terms, new numbers, and a new level of respect. But according to what's being whispered behind the scenes, Gucci Mane wasn't willing to move that way. The offers coming across the table reportedly didn't match Pooh Shiesty's current status at all. We're talking about numbers that didn't reflect the streams, the cultural reach, or the earning potential he now carried. It felt like an attempt to keep him boxed into an old deal meant for someone who hadn't proven himself yet, and Pooh Shiesty wasn't going for that. At this point, he knows his worth. He's seen the stats, felt the loyalty from fans, and understands the business side way more than he did before. So when those weak offers came through, he pushed back hard. And that pushback is where the relationship really started to crack for good. Since coming home, one thing has been impossible to ignore. Pooh Shiesty hasn't mentioned 1017 even once. Not in posts, not in interviews, not in freestyles, not anywhere. The chain that used to stay on his neck hasn't been seen either. For someone who once held the label down publicly at every turn, that silence says everything. So what did Pooh Shiesty actually get from Gucci Mane after coming home? According to him, nothing at all. No welcome back moment, no new jewelry, no vehicle, no meaningful cash gesture, just straight business like nothing happened. And that's wild when you consider he spent years locked away while his music continued generating money for the label. But the situation goes even deeper, and this is where it turns personal in a way that money can't fix. It involves Pooh Shiesty's cousin, Big Scar. Big Scar was another rising Memphis artist signed to 1017 Records, and more importantly, he was family. In December 2022, Big Scar sadly passed away due to an accidental overdose at just 22 years old. The loss hit Memphis hard and sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. For Pooh Shiesty, who was still locked up at the time, losing his cousin from behind bars was beyond painful. But what happened afterward made things even worse. According to Big Scar's family, Gucci Mane attempted to retrieve Big Scar's 1017 chain after his passing. Let that sink in for a second. A young artist is gone, and instead of stepping up to support the family, help with services, or show real respect, the focus shifted to reclaiming jewelry. Big Scar's brother later spoke out online saying that when the family reached out asking for help with funeral costs, they were ignored and eventually blocked. He openly questioned Gucci Mane's leadership, saying this wasn't how a real CEO moves when it comes to artists he claimed to care about. For Pooh Shiesty, watching this play out while he was locked away had to hit differently. This wasn't about contracts or percentages anymore. This was about how his blood was treated, how his cousin was handled, and what that revealed about the people in charge. At that point, it stopped being business completely. It became personal. It showed Pooh Shiesty exactly who he was dealing with. And once that kind of line gets crossed, there's no going back the same way. And now, even if Pooh Shiesty wanted to sit down and really address all of this directly, even if he wanted a real conversation, the situation has become far more complicated than anyone expected. That conversation can't even happen. And here's why. Multiple people close to the situation have said that Gucci Mane isn't as accessible as people think. According to those accounts, his wife, Keisha Kawar, oversees his communications, including messages, calls, and social media access. If someone wants to reach Gucci Mane directly, they don't just call him. It goes through her first. She reportedly decides who gets through and who doesn't. She sees messages, monitors contact, and controls access. Now, some people might say that's just a spouse being protective, and in everyday life, that might make sense. But in the music business, that kind of setup can create serious roadblocks. Artists need direct lines of communication with the person running the label. They need private conversations about business decisions, creative direction, and personal concerns. When there's always a gatekeeper involved, especially someone with their own perspective, it can slow everything down or shut it down completely. For Pooh Shiesty, that means even if he wanted to address everything face-to-face with Gucci Mane, artist to artist, that path isn't simple or clean. And based on how things have unfolded so far, it doesn't seem like that route leads to real resolution anyway. Here's the reality Pooh Shiesty has clearly come to terms with. There's nothing Gucci Mane can offer him now that he can't secure on his own. Back when he first signed to 1017 Records, he needed the platform, the connections, and the industry structure. He was an upcoming artist looking for a breakthrough, and Gucci Mane helped open that door. For that, the respect was there. But fast forward to now, and the situation is completely different. Pooh Shiesty has his own loyal fan base, massive streaming numbers, and strong name recognition. He's already proven he can drop records that move numbers and make noise without constant label backing. So what does 1017 really provide at this stage? Distribution can be handled anywhere. Marketing isn't an issue when your name alone creates attention. Other artists want to work with Pooh Shiesty because of who he is, not because of the label next to his name. The balance of power has flipped completely. He's no longer the hungry newcomer trying to get noticed. He's a proven artist who came home with even more credibility, more visibility, and more support than before. That's why those low contract renewal numbers hit differently. It showed either a failure to recognize his current value or a lack of willingness to adjust to it. And for someone who knows what he brings to the table, that's not something you just accept. This is why Pooh Shiesty has been willing to step away. This is why he stopped repping 1017 publicly. And this is why the relationship has cooled the way it has. Because staying would mean settling for less than he knows he's worth, and he's clearly not built to move like that. Now the big question is this: If Pooh Shiesty decides to really speak on it publicly, how does Gucci Mane respond? Does he step up and explain his side? Does he try to defend himself? Or does this turn into a messy back and forth that nobody really wins? However this plays out, one thing is clear. If this turns into open tension, it puts 1017 Records in a very uncomfortable spotlight. Because what upcoming artist is going to look at this situation and feel confident signing there? If the label couldn't fully support its biggest star after he came home, that sends a loud message to everyone watching. Trust is everything in this business, and once that trust starts cracking, it's hard to rebuild. The stakes are serious on both sides. For Pooh Shiesty, this moment is about respect, control, and being compensated at his real value. For Gucci Mane, this goes beyond one artist. This is about reputation, leadership, and the long-term future of his label. This situation also shines a light on a bigger issue in the music industry overall. Young artists often sign deals when they're hungry, inexperienced, and desperate for an opportunity. When Pooh Shiesty first signed to 1017 Records, he was focused on breaking through, not contract fine print. Like many artists in that position, he likely agreed to terms that made sense at the time just to get his foot in the door. But as artists grow, learn the business, and see what they really bring in, those early agreements start feeling restrictive. The smartest labels understand this shift. They renegotiate fairly, show appreciation, and adjust terms to reflect growth and success. That's how long-term partnerships are built. The labels that refuse to evolve usually lose their top talent, and once that pattern becomes visible, word spreads fast. Artists talk, managers talk, and certain labels quietly become places people avoid. Right now, 1017 Records is dangerously close to being viewed that way. If Gucci Mane can't fix this situation with Pooh Shiesty or show that his artists are valued and treated fairly, attracting new high-level talent becomes much harder. And let's keep it honest for a second. Without Pooh Shiesty, the label's roster looks thin. Fujiano is still dealing with legal challenges, and many other artists have either been dropped or moved on. Pooh Shiesty wasn't just another name, he was the franchise player. If he walks away for good, it leaves a massive gap that can't be filled easily. This is a turning point for Gucci Mane. He can either step up, address the situation with maturity, and prove he's a label head who stands by his artists, or he can allow this to keep spiraling and watch the label's reputation take long-term damage. When you step back and look at the full picture, it's obvious the relationship between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane has hit a breaking point. What started as a promising partnership built on opportunity and momentum has now unraveled into tension, frustration, and broken trust. Pooh Shiesty came home expecting support, understanding, and respect from the label that once celebrated him, and what he felt instead changed everything. He helped build something real, helped elevate a whole movement. And when it mattered most, what he got back was silence and low offers that didn't match his value. On top of that, he had to sit back and watch his cousin's family feel disrespected after Big Scar passed away, and that's not something anyone just shrugs off. That's not how you treat family, and it's definitely not how you treat the artist who carried your label at its peak. Now Pooh Shiesty is making it loud and clear that he's done playing along. He's not repping 1017 anymore. He's not shouting out Gucci Mane. And he's letting the world know that when he came home, nobody from the industry really stepped up for him. That kind of statement holds weight, and once it's out there, it can't be taken back. The real question now is how far this goes. Does this stay as quiet tension bubbling under the surface? Or does it turn into something much bigger that spills into music and public responses? Will Pooh Shiesty address everything directly on a track? Will Gucci Mane feel pressure to respond? Or does this become one of those hip-hop situations that reshapes careers and alliances overnight? One thing is already clear though. The loyalty that once existed between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane is gone. And in hip-hop, once trust breaks at that level, it's almost impossible to rebuild it the same way. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Pooh Shiesty is justified in how he feels? Should Gucci Mane have done more when he came home? Or do you think this is just business being taken too personally? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure you like the video, share it, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Hit the notification bell too, because this story is far from finished. And before you go, Check out the next video popping up on your screen right now for even more celebrity drama and behind-the-scenes stories. I'll see you on the next one.